Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
On the double. 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Switch. Let's go. Hit it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26. Second and 9 now. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Mecole Hardman the intended target. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd and 2. Eluding the pressure right. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Pick up the ball. Shoot.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Ready.
Back look to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Go. Mike, 55.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
Hey, Zoo. Mike 50. Go. He's heavy on the edges.
2nd and 13. And that'll be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
50 seconds.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Just like that. He's 80 weapon. He's checking crap.
2nd and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looking to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
2nd and 1. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. On the carry, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1. 2nd quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Luke Kuechly in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert, go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
50's the mark. All day, all day. Kill, kill, kill. Go.
Now a handoff looking right. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 9.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Traquan Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. On 2nd down, it's Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Hey, Jet. 5.
Now back to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Now! Hey, check 24, check 24. Rock it.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Don't let 89 go deep. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Go. Mike 50. Here we go. Look at me. Zipper. Leo.
They'll set up a throw. He'll buy some time right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Under 10.
Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep, and he's got some space here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Hey, Foxtrot. Ready?
Here's 2nd and 8. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Ron Thornhill, and he is all the way up past the 25. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Pats at the line, ready to go. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
He lets go for the save. Hey, let's go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Rolling to his right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Charlie!
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. But scramble for it. I think the Patriots may have got it. They did. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
At the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play here for the Bills. And even 50 yards. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. He is racking the sacks up. Charles, 5 last week, now 2 here.
I don't care what they've done in scheme. It's not working. I mean, you can do it all day long, all night long. They did it all week, and it hasn't worked. And in fact, on that last sack, I thought I saw him drop a Pro Bowl ballot at the feet of the quarterback and say, here's a pen right in my name.
He keeps playing like this, he'll be dropping those ballots from a plane above the city. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with third and long. And, you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Orbit. Touchdown. Out. SOS.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they try the right side here. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
64.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys!
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. They start the drive with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Cook with a first down and much more. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dalvin Cook, 92 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And the Patriot first down.
Go! 5. Snap!
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Second and 5. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Patriots.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
60 outlaw. Watch the screen. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a second down.
At the Patriots' 35-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 15 line. 15 line.
It's out of time, guys. It's out of time.
Second and 3. It's complete to Snead. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth-quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll set up to throw. And his throw is incomplete. N'Keal Harry was the intended target. Third down here. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Luke Kuechly make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ed Oliver in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He's going to run, but he's got a long... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So that will wipe the 6 off the scoreboard.
And you talk about dampening a celebration. That's a touchdown pass that's going to be called back because of the penalty.
Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dalvin Cook. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Hardman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down. They'll look to throw here. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hey, Haywood! Back
to throw. Being chased out left. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. That's complete to Nauta, the tight end. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5. Second and goal from inside the 5. Second and 4. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Nicole Hardman, the intended target, but now it's third and goal. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And it looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now fourth and goal. They stop him up short on fourth and goal from the 1. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football back.
Switch gears.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
16 yards. That's good for the Bills.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour, and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone